Hi everyone, welcome to the session 4 of C language. We will be focusing today on structures as Jamit mentioned to me. Um, we have had all records posted on the uh, Open Tech Forum 1140 or 1160, I don't recollect, but it's there on the YouTube. And with that, I will have Jamit Wasawa, welcome. Start the presentation for this session. Thank you.
So thank you for the introduction. Uh, Hello everyone, my name is Jamit and I'm uh, giving these presentations for C language now, and this is the fourth one. So I'll be starting with a connection with the previous one, where two of the codes that I displayed didn't work. So these were the code that didn't work, and I will also tell you the corrections that were needed. So, so this was the code, and there was a mistake from mine that instead of pointer to be used, I used this particular name array with I in it. So that was the reason it didn't work, and it was later corrected. So you can see the word being displayed. Now onto the second one. So this was the program that didn't run, and one of the reason was the reason was that it didn't. Uh, I somehow skipped this statement of defining and that is the reason it didn't work. So as you can see, so the code basically uh, states if the value is within 25 to 50. So if a value is smaller than 25 or larger than 50, it will be uh, out of range. And if it's within them, then it will be within range. So you can see it's 30, so it's within range. If we do it 60, then it will give us out of range. See. So this was the correction that was needed from the previous presentation. So let's start the first one. So with this, so this presentation is also in continuation with the previous one. So we discussed array. This time we'll be starting with a multi-dimensional array. So you can see the syntax of a multidimensional array where character, array name, and then number of items or rows and number of length of number of items to be stored. So you can see the example of it, character master list, and 6 is the number of items that you can store, and 10 is the length of the each each length of the item that can be stored, length of each of the item that can be stored. So starting with this, this is the example of multidimensional array. So it starts with including the header files of standard input output and string.h. Then it defines a found to be 1 and not found for 0. Then as it is the same master list as showed in the example. Declaration of variables I flag and a, character your name, and uh, the length of it is 10, size of it is 10. Uh, Printf enter your name, saves your name in your name, then flag if not found. It it goes for this for loop where where it checks the list with the entered name that the user entered with this list. And if it founds it, the flag is equals to found, and it breaks from there. So the control goes back to here. And if it does not, then flag is not found and you are a trespasser. So basically the thing is the program is based on the uh, on the base that there are certain names which are allowed to enter the palace, and if the name given by the user matches, then you are entered. You can enter the palace, and if not, then you are a trespasser. So, so when we run this program, so Nakul is one of the name. So let's enter it. So because it's there, you can enter the palace is run. So if we run it again, uh, say anything. So as any of the name is given, and you are a trespasser is being displayed as the name is not present in the list that is given here. So you can see that just a second, let me uncomment it. Okay. So you can see that when we are declaring this array, we are wasting a lot of space. As you can see, these are not all the characters which use 10 of all the bits, and also uh, same for here, that there are total 7 spaces, 7 items in total that can be used, but only we have given 6 starting from 0. So for better efficiency of usage of space, we have this program on the same basis. So uh, a header file, then a pointer array being used, point an array of string is used as a pointer, and saving them within this. So let's run the program first. So so what it basically does is name, the original names are being exchanged here uh, in the new names. So you can see the names 2, which is Nakul 0, 1, 2. So Nakul, and 0, 1, 2, 3. So Viraj. So these two names are being exchanged. So the original sequence was a Nakul Viraj, and the new sequence of name is Viraj and Nakul. Now, now this is the program for a better usage of the space, as well as for uh, entering the name in a better manner. So I'll type some random names. So the program is about taking the name from the users and then displaying them, and this is done using efficiency of using the space that is allocated within the array, and using the pointers. So you can see the pointer name of size 6, then pointer p is has been declared, and an array of n and size 50 with all the data types of character. So first, it starts by taking the value for which for loop is used with I equals to 0. For 0, we have entered some name as JRT, this one. And and then it will check whether it's equal to or less than 5 or not. And if not, it will increment and then again start for j equals to 1, and so on. So within that, you can see the string length is also taken, for which it's stored in length and uh, of the array n. And p pointer p is used for this on malloc length, which is memory allocation length. And string copy is used for the content storing the contents of p in n. Then the names in the name, and the content of name being displayed in p, being stored in p, sorry. And for printing these names, we are using another for loop. It has the same condition as this one, as both have the same usage, but this time it's for printing. So for printing, we use the printf statement, then specify the appropriate uh, definition for it. Here it's, and then this is a so here it's a percentage s, then name, and iterating through I with the help of for loop. So this is what so the displaying is done with this. So this displaying is done with this for loop. So next are structures. So in C programming, a structure is a user-defined data type that allows you to group together different types of variables under a single name. It provides a way to represent a collection of related data items as a single unit. So basically, what we have been doing is we are using only a single data type in array. uh, we we are only allowed to use a single data type in array. So if it's an int, only the int values will be stored within the array. Same for float and same for char. But what if we want to use it for multiple things? So that is the reason we use structures. So you can see the structure, the declaration of structure with and or a syntax of the structure in C. So structure name, then within the curly brackets, and the last one needing the semicolon being added to end it, and the data members. So there are ways to initialize the structure. Uh, so these are three of them. So you can see struct book, then character name, float price, and end pages are its members, and uh, struct book B1, B2, B3 are the instances of them. So the second way to do it is struct book mention the data rights, and the instances are or the members of it are uh, displayed before the semicolon is being put, and the third one is the same, but here the declaration of book is not written in the structure. So the another one with the help of array or a like array is done. So this is a okay. Let's go for programs first. So this is a program for structures. So starting with header files, then end statement, then the declaration of structures, structure book. It's the same as the example that I showed. And then and the three members of it being B1, B2, B3. Now, uh, what we are asking the user is entering the details of B1 being name within B1, price within B1, and pages within B1. So this printf statement asks for the same, and then saving the entries of uh, B1, B2, and B3 respectively with each of these scanf statements. So now after taking the statements, this printf statement is what it's going to do is display as the same information that we have entered, this one. So let's see. So, so you can see here we are assuming that the name of it is only of uh, one character. So I will only be entering one character. 150 B 250. Let's see. If six. So, so this is what. So I mentioned that first it takes the value, and then it displays back the values that we have given to it. So for A this, for B this, and for C this. Now, now as you can see that this is in a way a cumbersome way to work, because and there are only three entries. But what if we are working with hundreds of them? So we have to come up with one of more convenient ways to do the work. So as you can see here, we have to define the structure variables for each of them. So let's come up with a more convenient way to work. So including the header file. Then a link float is something that is used for linking the emulator, which is behind the scenes of the C programming working that is being done. Then there is a struct book, the declaration of the structure with its contents, and you can see the struct book and b equals to 100. Now so we have hundreds of 100 as a limit to work with, and int I for looping purpose. So we'll start with a for loop, and initializing it with 0, having the limit of 100, and incrementing it until this limit is not met. Then we start with printf. Enter the name and name, price, and pages, just like we did before. So f flush is used for flushing the buffer. Then scan f for saving the values in the appropriate manner. So you can see that we are starting initializing the value of I with 0. So the instance of b within will of b0 will be saved in C. Then same for b0 price will be saved with f, and b0 pages will be saved with this. And that is how we will be getting the values from the user. And now, as as for the previous program, it is the same, that we will be using the for loop again for displaying the values. Now this program is for 100, so I won't be able to uh, enter 100 of details here right now. But just for the sake of first starting, I can start it, and we can do. I can put few instances. So A, B, 100, B, B. So like this, you can keep on entering the details, and it is more convenient this way. Next is a structure pointing towards a structure called a structure pointer. So this time we are using a structure pointer in order to do the work. Then so so we define the structure here with its uh, needed variables and arrays and the details that we want for it. Then the the uh, the first entry is book B1, and you can see the name, the author's name, and the call number. So this is another way to take the values from the user and save it uh, in a convenient manner. And struct book PTR, then the values of it are saved with are equal to the address of B1, and these are used to display the values here. So when I run this, so you can see the value, you can see the values being displayed. So the second value is being displayed is with the help of this pointer. Next, so after working with pointers, you can see this is one of the examples that we saw in a way to use the and to use it to enter the details of the structure. Here it is book, so enter the details of the books. So you can see the first one being B1, basics 130.00 as its float, and then 550 for the pages. And if there are no values, so you can simply put 0 in the within the curly braces in order to keep all the values being 0. Now moving on to the as we are talking about taking values on it and with and working with different types of uh, data types and grouping together. Let's now talk about the input and output of it. So console input output functions. So Dennis Ritchie didn't include anything related to data being received or data being sent for his definition of language. So so how data is being sent or received. It also changes from OS to OS. So for that, it needs a different kind. It is a different study to in it for itself. So for each OS, it has its own facility to take the input and give the output. So it's a system programmer's job to link the C compiler to a OS to the OS's input and output facility. So there are numerous library functions for input and output, and one of them is console output functions. So what are they? They are functions to receive input from and keyboard and displaying output to the VDU, which is a visual display unit. Now, the screen and keyboard together are called consoles, and there are two categories for it. Which are formatted functions and unformatted functions. You can see the examples of formatted being printf and scanf, and unformatted functions being getch and putch, getchar and all. So the basic difference is between the formatted functions and unformatted functions are they allow us to use the control to control the input read from keyboard and output displayed to be formatted as per our requirements. So, how does a computer interprets the statement of printf? So, for printf, it keeps on displaying the characters until it meets the modulo or the uh, backslash. So, as soon as the modulo is met, it takes the value from the list of the variable and prints it. Same for the backslash. When it is met, it takes the appropriate action based on the uh, escape sequence mentioned. So if it's backslash n, the new line will be used. If it's a backslash t, the tab space will be used within the printf statement. So that kind of thing. Next, we there are unformatted console input output functions. So getchar. So the difference between getchar from so the difference between getchar and gets is that getc can read from any input stream, but getchar reads and a single input character from standard input. So getchar is equivalent to getc in standard library. Then getch, like the above functions, getch also reads a single character from the keyboard, but it does not use any buffer. So the entered character does not display on the screen and is immediately returned without waiting for the enter key. Get reads a single character from the standard input and echoes it. Echoes it means displays it. Fgetchar reads a single character from the specified input stream. So these are the so this is a one program that is in the book and which shows the way of working getch, getchar, and fgetchar. So starting so getchar and all are the part of conio.hl header files or a library. So you have to mention that in order to use them. So starting with the main, we use the character ch, then then we use the printf to use the getch. Just a second, let me just directly show the program. Okay, so Before that, we also talked about uh, printf statement, and it's working with backslash. So, so it comes under the formatted functions. So this is the kind of formatting that this is the example of the formatting that it allows us to do. So you can see that there are these numbers where, which are being displayed without any kind of format, and these are the ones that will be displayed after the formatting has been done. So when we run this program, you can see the first two statements. These ones are not very readable, especially when we are working with many of the entries. But these formatted ones are the ones that are in a very readable manner and a presentable manner. So this is the example of the formatted function. Now let's start with the unformatted one. So So as I also showed on the same program in the slide, when we run this program, you can see there is so what it will do is a getChar will wait for the user to input and echo the character. So I pressed this B. Now going to the second printf statement. Press G. You type. Now if do I want to continue or not, as this one is being then uh, executed. So let's say why. So you can see the difference that were there, and as it's also mentioned over here. So getChar will wait for the user to input and echo the character. Uh, then just a second. Yeah. So so this is a different version to the one that is shown as as this version is something that can be run with most of the compilers, and this is a code that is not suitable for each and every compiler. So it depends which one you are using, and if you want to try, you can try this code with different compilers and see if it works for you or not. So as after this, we have the second program for code care, which are other unformatted functions. So the put care, and which moves to the second line, which means after displaying this a of the first one as a character, we have already assigned it the value of a. After implementing the first one, because of this, it will move to the second one. Uh, same is for the first three. Then it's same for the uh, Z, that after its implementation, the it is moving to the next line using these statements. So some of the definitions for the one that we have used or put ch, it outputs a single character to the standard output without a line. Put char outputs a single character to the standard output followed by a new line, and fput char outputs a single character to the specified output stream. Now these are simplified way in a which it can be stated, and there can be some really detailed differences within with that also. So uh, so this is it for this presentation, and you can see the references that are being used for these presentations, and the online compiler that has been used. So thanks a lot for listening.
Hey, Jamie, fantastic. It was very well explained, and I think uh, since there were no questions, I would just say that we can uh, end the session for the day. And thank you for the corrections you have brought in. And we hope to see you again on Friday.
Yeah,
That's right, Thursday, Friday. So we have 2 days left for
yeah,
the next session, and that will be session number 5.
yeah.
Excellent. And keep moving. And congratulations for the work, excellent compilation, etc. shown. Look forward to the next session soon. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a great day. I'll
Thank
stop
you.
recording. Thanks.